Free State Education MEC, Makalo Mohale, is calling on communities in the province to identify one Friday in a month for cleaning and making their schools beautiful in order to create a conducive environment for teaching and learning. The Letsima Friday, a schools environment enhancement and beautification campaign, will be launched tomorrow. The MEC joining me now to give us a little bit more detail, but perhaps let's start with the question as to why the department saw it important to kick off such an important campaign. MEC.
Thank you very much, Polly. Greetings to you and your viewers. It's very, so my apology. It's very important, this particular program, because we have said that our schools should be centers of excellence. And the excellence is not only determined in terms of the academic performance. The excellence that we want to see in our schools, it has to be comprehensive. The learning environment should be conducive. All the necessary requirements and all the apparatus should be present. And one of the most important aspects is around the cleanliness and the aesthetics of our schools. As province of the Free State, part of our strategic intent, we have said that we are closing the gap, and part of closing the gap is to ensure that all our schools, irrespective of their location, they are the same.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't be the differences. But situation now, as we are all aware, is that when you go to our schools that are mainly in the townships, the schools do not look good. So there's still two categories of the schools, those that are clean and those that are not. And we say, for us to close the gap and ensure that a parent should feel very comfortable to take the child everywhere else, there shouldn't be those differences. So that is why tomorrow we're saying we'll be cleaning the schools, ensure that each and every parent, when he or she leaves a child at the school, that particular parent must feel comfortable that the child is safe, that the child will actually feel that he or she is still at home. So our school should be really another homes from their original home. So
yeah.
We realize that that cannot be possible when our schools are filthy, when vandalism has really taken our schools backwards, schools are without windows and so on. That's why we're taking the community and say the schools are the assets of the community, and it's only the communities that will get their schools to be at that acceptable level which they can be used.
Well, talk to us. When you say that schools in townships in the Free State do not look good, those are your words. Explain to us. Describe exactly the situation.
Yeah, some of the schools, even though not all, but some of the schools in the township, you find that the communities have created illegal dams around the school. The schools might be well looked after inside. The school may have all the necessary issues. The aesthetics may be well, but if you look surrounding the school, you find the long grasses, you find the damp inside caused by the communities. And it is for that reason that we are saying we do not want our schools to be in those situations, because we believe that schools as the centers of excellence, or the schools as one of those community assets, must be looked after by members of the community. So we want to inculcate the sense where community members must respect the schools. Community members, when they see the school, they must see an asset that they must look after, where each and everyone takes responsibility to keep it clean, where each and everyone takes responsibility to desist from vandalizing the schools, because some of our schools suffers from vandalism activities or acts where people break the windows, and that takes us aback as a department, because with the little resources which we have, instead of moving forward and effect improvements, we always have to go back and redo some of the renovations or refurbishments or repairs, which were really not necessary had the communities behaved well. So we're saying we're taking the community along so that the schools in the township, they can be like those schools in the cities or in the suburbs, because most of the schools in the suburb areas, the community members around there, they are looking after them.
Yeah.
They are not vandalizing them. They are actually contributing to other issues like beautifications thereof. And whereas it's the opposite in our township. So that's the whole entire aim of this program, to say, let's galvanize the communities to join hands in taking responsibility to ensure that the schools are clean in and outside, and that members of the community take ownership for the safety of their schools and the preservation of the school facilities and the premises.
Yeah. Well, MEC, your predecessor, the late Tate Mahwe, he was hailed as someone who really took that province from where it previously was in terms of the results it produced to a level where it is currently #1 in the country for producing an excellent matric pass rate. My sense is that you want to continue that legacy. What other measures, apart from cleanliness? It's the start, but what else can you do to basically maintain the standard?
Yeah, thank you very much, Polly. It doesn't end there. It's good that you have raised the issue of being #1 in the matric pass rate. But our focus and my apex priority insofar as the education in the province is concerned is always the question as to what then happens when those matriculants pass their life after matric. And that is what has defined my priorities, in that my main focus is to ensure that the education serves its purpose. We all agree that, and we all encourage the youngsters to value education and keep in school so that they can have the necessary knowledge and capacity to better their lives. And if the education, it still does not respond to what then happens after pass, I don't think we have done that which we're supposed to do. And that is why my focus is that I'm working more tirelessly with the team here in education to ensure that the type of education that we are offering to the youngsters prepares them for the economy in terms of the labor market as well as entrepreneurship. We are striving towards a situation where the youngsters, when they leave matric, or even when they leave at the general education level, grade 10 or grade 9, that they are able to find employment because of the quality of education they've received and the skills. But secondly, we are on a drive to ensure that we inculcate the culture of entrepreneurship, because most of the people are focusing on being relevant or have the relevant skills to be able to be absorbed by the labor market. But we are saying in the province, we are on the drive to create more employers. So we're encouraging and investing a lot in ensuring that our education system is such that it responds to the economic challenges that are facing the country. Part of them being unemployment, inequality, and poverty. That's why we're saying we're investing a lot in all those relevant subjects or study areas, which will ensure that the youngsters have the necessary skills that they need in order for them to participate meaningfully, not just as employees, but also as employers. Because the reality now, which is faced by a majority of matriculants, is that post-matric, the higher education is unable to absorb all of them. Reality is that some of the skills which they have acquired does not even allow them to be participants in the economy. Some, even when they want to go as an alternative to venture into businesses, they are unable to have that necessary skill to sustain their business. Statistics are there that majority of businesses collapse within